Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Monday Matters, where I offer additional insights based on my church's Sunday sermon. And I invite you to try on or just experiment with some practical applications. All right. Well, this week's sermon was out of Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 1 through 9. And the thought was love God, love, comma, God, like a salutation in a letter. And it was suggested that God had written a letter, right, encouraging all of us to hear, keep, and live out his words, his law, his principles, or his commands. And that the hearing is more than hearing. It's paying attention to them, investing in them. And when you invest in the laws, you are committing to develop those laws within yourself and within your life. Well, first, you have to know them, right? What are they? And second, you have to make a firm decision to invest in them. Now, to keep them, it was suggested that you write them in your heart, form habits around them so you don't forget. Now, this might take a little rigor, especially if you have a lot of momentum thinking and behaving in a completely other way, but it is doable with time and commitment, right? The more you do a thing, the more you do the thing. All right. Now, in addition, we are to teach them to our children. Why? Well, not only so they'll know it for themselves, but also it'll influence future generations. And how many of you know, as you teach, you learn? Yeah? Yes. And last, the live out part. Take action, walk the walk, no matter the circumstance, the situation, or the condition. Now, what I can offer you around that part of the message is that I do have a program that involves a study of 11 universal laws and how to apply them in your everyday life so you can live with more confidence and more joy and more ease. Now, I am about to start 2 new projects in the next couple of months, but I might be able to arrange one group of about 5 or 6 people into my Working with the Law program. So let me know if you are ready to hear, keep, and live out some universal laws. Okay? Now, the last part of the message was about how powerful words are. Now, we already know this, right? And we know that we want to be intentional with our words to others and to ourselves, right? So this is my invitation for practice for this week. Notice your words. Now, part of what I do with my clients, especially when we want to repattern limiting beliefs, is we create positive affirmations. Now, I touched on this a little bit last week, so you might want to go back and watch that one. And I also showed you a breathing technique that'll interrupt a current pattern of negative thought, and then you can replace it with a meaningful affirmation. And you want to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until it gets into your spirit and eventually into your subconscious mind, right? Because guess what? Your subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, only what you tell it. Child, that is a whole nother lesson for a whole nother day. But I want to give you this other step that you can take this week, and that is to activate the law of receiving. How do you do that? Well, God's word says the more you give, the more you receive, right? So whatever it is you desire, or, if it appears that something is lacking, just cause yourself to give that thing to somebody else, right? So for instance, if you're feeling unlovable, just give love to somebody else. And if you're feeling that you need someone to forgive you, go forgive somebody else. And if you feel that you're lacking some kind of resource, find a way to give a resource to somebody else. You get the idea. Yeah. the tithing principle is actually based on this particular law. All right, so I hope this was helpful. And as always, feel free to ask for more help. If you have a question, even about your specific situation or just further clarification on a point, and please share your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, I love your messages and your texts, but share them in the comments because I'd really love to get a discussion going on this. All right, so I invite you to reach out to me about working with the law and try on the experiment this week of noticing your words to others and to yourself. And notice if you have any negative self-talk, pause, breathe, and repattern with a positive affirmation, right? And if you don't have a positive affirmation, let me know. I'll help you create one or craft one, okay? And let me know how you make out. Because remember, it's not enough to just agree with the Sunday sermon. It's what you do on Monday that matters. All right. Until next week. Love y'all. Bye.